Hey guys, it's Miss Leslie from Shades Out of School Time at New Hopewell Elementary. I'm back today with another video, and I know we've talked about gardening. It's about that time of year when you're starting your gardens outside, you're transplanting your seeds if you're doing that. But I know that gardening's not for everybody. Maybe you don't have the space for it, you don't have the time for it. So today I want to talk to you actually about houseplants. In the past year or two, I have definitely grown a love for having plants in my house. They're just so beautiful. There's so many different kinds. They really add just some color and life to your house. And in a few minutes, I'm going to give you a little tour of my plant collection that has really taken off, especially this year. During all this quarantine and stay at home. Greenhouses are still open since they are outside, so my collection has grown quite a bit in just these past few weeks. But many of you may not realize that houseplants actually are quite beneficial to your household. They help us with our breathing. Plants take carbon dioxide and produce oxygen, where we breathe in oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. So the plants are actually adding more oxygen to our air. They can help us with illness. Plants can add humidity to your household, which can help with dry skin. It can help lower your chances of your cold, sore throats, dry cough. Plants can also fight things that are in our air. Just with their leaves alone, they can lower the levels of formaldehyde and carbon monoxide in your air in your house. What else can plants do? Oh, and I personally think plants improve our overall mood. We all have seen the trend of, if you know somebody that's sick or in their hospital or somebody that's grieving, what do? We send them flowers, we send them a plant, and it's shown that taking care of a plant can also be its own form of therapy. I know for me, I just enjoy sitting out in my room that my plants are in. I enjoy looking at them and just watching them grow and taking care of them. So I just thought I would share those things with you. I wanted to kind of challenge you that maybe have you and your child go out and pick out a plant together. You don't have to go to a fancy greenhouse. You don't have to spend a lot of money. One of my plants that's actually doing really well, I got in the clearance section at Walmart. And a year later, it's still doing great. It's still thriving. It's producing new leaves. I think it could be a great way to teach your child responsibility also. Let them be in charge of watering the plant, caring for the plant. And I think it will excite them to see their hard work paying off, to see that plant growing and blossoming. And for you, it's adding these extra benefits to your household and improving your air quality and just making your household overall more healthy. And I hope you guys enjoy my tour of my sunroom and all of my plants. And I think I'm turning into that crazy plant lady more than the crazy cat lady. I don't have any pets besides my snake. So I'm turning into the crazy plant lady, and I just have enjoyed going out and finding new species of plants, ones that are rare, uncommon, and just adding them to my collection. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. Okay guys, so here is just my little oasis that I've kind of created for myself out here. As I said, I've always had a love for plants, but my recent houseplant collection has grown. During this quarantine time, I was able to take this area and really turn it into something that I have just grown to enjoy and love. And I can't stop buying plants. I actually, in this corner over here, this is where I used to keep my Christmas tree. For the past couple years, I haven't taken my Christmas tree down, and I would just slide it into that corner over there, and you couldn't see it unless you actually walked in here. So I took down my Christmas tree to make this room into this. So this is a pretty big deal. But I wanted to show you some of my plants. This is a garden croton, and it's just so gorgeous. Like, look at all these beautiful colors on these leaves. And you can see where it's kind of getting some new little babies coming in. That's what I think is most exciting about growing plants, is when you see it growing and getting fuller. Over here, this is a new one, so it hasn't been fully potted yet, but this is a ZZ plant. Probably one of the hardest plants to kill. The easiest way to kill it would be overwatering it, but just a really neat looking plant. Over here I have a couple caladiums. I just love these. These leaves get so big, but they come in just so small, and I love seeing them grow. We kind of have a new one coming in here, so it doesn't even have its full colors yet. This is another caladium. It's not doing as well, but I just love the color of that leaf. Up here I have a marble queen pothos, just in a hanging plant. I love the look of this plant because I love how the leaves are almost slightly variegated. It's not just fully green. It's just so pretty. And that one will vine out more. Over here, my fiance actually made me these shelves so that way I could further extend my plant collection. So down here, I just have some different succulents. I don't know all the names of these. This one is called a bear paw though, because see how the little leaves look like bear paws? Not super sure about this one. This one is more of an origami plant because look at how cool that looks. A jade plant. And then over here I actually have some succulents propagating. So you can see this little one actually has a new bloom coming out of it. So you can propagate any plant basically. I love this one, how it's vining down. I have a type of peperomia. This is called a Chinese money plant. I think this one is called a chalk tree. And up here, I wanted to show you, I have a lot more succulent clippings that I am propagating. So if you have succulents, which they can be a little expensive, you know, they can be anywhere from $2 to, you know, $8 depending on what kind it is for a succulent. But you can propagate any succulent, just break a piece off of it. So all of these have actually been growing. Like you can see how they're getting new buds on them. And then these ones over here have actually fallen off some, so I'm letting them dry out, and then they should start re-rooting and I can replant them. But yeah, I got some little baby succulents propagating over here. Then down here I have my geranium plant. I've had this plant since last summer, and I brought it in during the winter, and it's just really taken off. So you can see how it's got a lot of new leaves. It has some new blooms over here that are going to blossom. As you can see, it has others that already have. I love this plant. I think it's so beautiful. It's very easy to take care of. Over here in my next window, I have a couple cacti, which I think is so cool because you can see kind of its new little pricklies coming in. I have an aloe vera plant. This is another succulent. I think this one is called a panda something, but I just love it. It's so fuzzy. This one's really cool. I can't remember what this one is called either, but I just feel like it looks like a blossomed cabbage. This is another peperomia plant. I can't remember the actual name of the specific one, but this is also a peperomia in the same family as that one. This is a Hindu Hoya rope that I am propagating. So I got this piece offline, and it will eventually grow and vine out. And then I have a couple other succulents propagating. And then this one's really cool because this one's grown in big. Look at that one. That is so cool how they do that. Yeah, just some little clippings and you'll just get a whole new plant. Down here, this is a snake plant, and this is one I actually got offline too. So I got a clipping of a plant. I had it in water for a little bit while its roots grew, and then I potted it. Here's another caladium. And look, it's got a brand new leaf coming in. Just so neat. This is a Wandering Jew plant, and this is actually another one I got offline too. So I got these different clippings, had it in water also until its roots grew 2 to 3 inches, and then potted it. And I don't know if you can really see, but like it's getting a lot of new growth and new little leaves, and it's just really neat to see that you don't have to go and get a already potted plant and try and grow it. You can get some clippings and grow your own. This plant is one of my favorites and one of my longest that I have kept alive. This is a baby's tear plant. I recently had to repot this. It had been in its same pot for the longest time. I've had this plant probably 3 or 4 years now, and it was super root bound. So probably in the last couple months, I've repotted it, and I had to give it a haircut also. So that's why it kind of looks a little bad, but it's totally just thriving again, just growing. I've had to turn it so it'll start growing the other way. This one is a recently new plant. It is called a flame violet, and it will also vine out. So as you can see, it's kind of already started to do that. And it's supposed to get these really neat blooms. I haven't seen that yet, but that's what's supposed to happen. Down here is a philodendron variation. I think it's called the split leaf, which makes sense because of how the leaves have split. I love philodendrons. I definitely want some more to add to my collection. My favorite though, that I was like, I have to have this one. This is a tricolor stromant, and it is just gorgeous. Like, just look at that pink color in those leaves, and it's underneath is this deep, like fuchsia almost. I love this plant, and I'm super excited to have it in my collection. And then lastly, over here, I have 2 more. This is a Aglaonema variation because it has the pink and the red. I just love the leaves on this one too. This one I had to turn also because it was really growing very heavily to this side. So I turned it, so hopefully it'll fill itself in. And then this is a cute little rattlesnake plant. And I love this plant too because at night it kind of starts to close in on itself, and it has that beautiful coloring under its leaves. And then during the day, it just kind of folds back out. But yeah, these are my plants. I love them. I definitely want more because these are just my houseplants. I do have more outside, but I'm definitely trying to grow my houseplant collection. And like I said, houseplants are such a great thing to have. They can bring you so much joy, bring some color and some life to your house. And like I said, maybe you don't want to go out and go all in like I did. Maybe you have a friend who has some houseplants. You can ask them to just cut you off a clipping, see if you can propagate it. Gardening is so much fun, and it's so rewarding to just see your plants thriving and growing. And I encourage you all, just go out. You can get some plants at Home Depot. You can get them at Walmart, Lowe's. You don't have to go to a greenhouse. It just depends on what kind you're looking for. But I want to encourage you to get a plant, see how you do with it, watch it grow, and I promise you it will not be your last plant that you buy. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little plant tour, and I will see you on the next one.